Words of rapper Waxamillion. I need you to pull down those underwear and open up your mind to a different perspective. Let's take a poll right now. Do you guys like the whole idea of pulling down your briefs and debriefing? Should I reword this? If I was to reword this, I've had it since season 1. It's like my baby. But even babies have to grow and mature. So, what can I say? This is like part 2 of the labor, part 3 of the labor episodes. Every so often, I like to drop some jewels down on you guys. So here it is. Let's have at it. Shoot. Starbucks are going to continue to shut down across the country because not for training, not for any type of thing. It's because they don't want to pay people to unionize. So this is an article I found on MSN by Zoe Strzelecki. You're welcome. If you haven't been able to snag a morning coffee at your local Starbucks store in the past few weeks, you're far from being the only customer experiencing a frustrating obstacle. Workers at more than 150 stores are currently on a week-long strike. They don't want the coffee. They don't want them to unionize. It's horrible. They don't want them to unionize. They said, we don't need no union at a coffee shop. That's what they're saying. It's too much going on. I mean, if you really think about it, Starbucks is overpriced. I don't agree with a lot of their practices. How they obtain their coffee beans, how they obtain a lot of their stuff in their store and they sell it. They triple price it. I think we all can go without coffee. And I know it's coming from a removed space because I used to drink a lot of coffee and then I stopped. Because it felt like an addiction to me. And that's why I had to let it go. And even now, it's hard to operate without the caffeine because I feel not overall disappointment, but a very slow space, a very lethargic space. I do, constantly. I have to build, I have to actually eat now. I have to actually eat food. Okay? So, I want to address 2, maybe 3 things on this podcast. Let's go for 1. The memes and the songs about the Titanic sub crashing needs to stop. I know a lot of people, in my opinion, a lot of people don't care because these said people were wealthy and they're billionaires, and they would care less if any of us perished in any type of thing. This still is a loss of life. And we need to acknowledge that and stop, it's making everything a joke. And it's going viral. I just don't agree with that. I don't. I do not. I'm going to say, earn $200 after spending $500. No, that's not enough for me. What? I can't no more. Rosie O'Donnell came up with something. Who does she want? Infamous convicted killer to be released from prison. Ma'am, why? In the age of Zoom, college job asking $9 an hour asks worker to drive 3 hours for a mandatory 8-hour meeting in July. Yes, guys, this has gotten to be problematic. I've seen jobs where they said they want you to have a computer, they want you to use your electricity, your own internet, and had the nerve to say $6 an hour. I've seen too many $11 an hour jobs, $12 an hour jobs for intense labor. So we're definitely we're not in a workers' market right now. It would behoove everybody not to flood the school market back. Don't go back there. You can't. It's just too much money. Just forget about that. Forget about that. You need to start going back into skilled trades. You need to start going into, they need to push apprenticeship programs for the youth and money saving programs. College is definitely it's not a good investment. If you're not becoming a doctor, not even then, a lawyer, a nurse, or a teacher. Shoot for the short-term training and the job paying you, because they tend to keep people longer if they have to pay for you. You understand that? They do. I've seen a lot of these doctors who was lined up in contracts for 7, 8, 10 years. So it would require hours. It really gets it's really problematic. But I was going into the Home Depot thing where they had a young man who went off on the customer over a price discrepancy. Now, we can't talk about race. Race was taken out of it. It was age. It was age and class that threw that itself up in there. And so I disagree with the cashier. I know at Home Depot, they have them under stressful. When they work outside, those people are real stressful. They don't want you going up. I guess because theft is so high and they feel alone. They have all these stipulations. Really. The man over there, you would have thought I was trying to steal from Fort Knox. I wasn't doing anything. I was afraid to get a pop and put in my card. He was looking at me like, he didn't want to talk. He was so used to people stealing. I guess he assumed he coming there with those kids. Why in the hell am I steal with all my kids? Either way, it was an uncomfortable experience in Home Depot. Or was it Lowe's? One of the two. Even with the Home Depot, they always act like, okay, ma'am, get the stuff. I got to scan this a certain way. It's very stressful. For whatever reason, when you work in the outdoor part. I'm sure it has something to do with management. A customer came up over a plant, a very large plant, I guess. It was $5. That's what he said the sign says. Okay. So he got into an argument because he told the customer, if you go back there, probably in not a formal manner, go back there and take a picture of it and I'll give you the price. He was like, why would I do that? You can go check the price. When you're at Myers, usually if you say the price discrepancy, sometimes it's up to the customer to go back there, but they're not obligated to do that. The customer wasn't obligated to do that. There's no sign saying that there. All he had to do is pick up the phone, like the lady came and said, we have a price discrepancy here. But the egos got involved. And he was like, no, you're making a big deal out of it, dude. Firstly, this person is your elder. See, people have lost all respect for everything, guys. Really, they have. And I blame it on the fact that sometimes the elder people don't give you much to respect. They don't respect themselves. So the man was taken aback because he was quite large. If there was a fighting thing, the man would have fought him for sure and won. But he was like, this is not worth it. It's just disrespectful because I'm in front of my wife. But we're here buying this plant. And now we want it at this price. Is there any other way for you to check this price without me walking back? Maybe I'm tired. Can you call someone? No, they get into a banter. They get into a peeing contest. And so he's like, F you, dude, F this price. Which he started doing it after they started recording him. He put it on a show. He probably thinking it's mine. I'm going to go viral. I'll never have to work again. I'll go viral. Really? So now you're going to go viral. But guess what? With all this facial recognition and social media doxing of the sorts, what happens if that same person that you cursed out that day is the CEO of the job you're trying to get? Just saying. You're trying to get, or what if you try to get your car fixed somewhere, and that's the same person you cussed out. You just go somewhere else, right? That's true. That is true. But you always have to practice, move with intent. Not out of emotion. They was both just emotional. I commend the husband because he was grabbing on that car tight. Everything in him probably would have said, we could take this outside. Since you don't work here no more. You want to get disrespectful? That's cool. We'll take this outside. There was someone called police. The manager's like, no, don't call police. This is fine. Andrew, go in the back. Calm down. And he was going off. Everybody want to go viral now. That viral, what is that? It's nothing. Just think of somebody say, I punched the guy who cursed out somebody at Home Depot. Remember the guy with glasses? And they go viral. It's always, like I said, what is that called? A Beowulf analogy. It's always someone trying to prove that they are better by taking on what